So let's preview the image. So first we need to add another variable here. So let's copy this one and paste it here. And we need to change the name to image. So image, and here set image. And we need to give it default value, which is null. So now we have the image. So next we need to add another function. So this one will display the image. So like we have done here. So let's move down. So we have the display image, this one. So let's copy it and paste it here. So now we don't have validation. So later we will add the validation for React. So let's only keep the reader. So display image will receive the file like we have done in the view. And here we define the reader using the file reader. And we add the reader onload. But here when we call the onload, we will not use data like we have done, but we will do something else. So here, where is it? So not here, but let's remove function from here. So here we will add same thing, which is the onload. So let's remove the event from here. So the only reference we will call the set image, which is the image that we have added here. And once we set image, so we give it the reader.results, which is the image that we have read. Okay. So next what we need to do, so the same thing, the reader read as URL, we give it the file. And finally, we need to set the file info. So here, this image, we have added it to previewed image. So this one will contain the image URL that we have added here. So it will do the same. So this one, the image URL. So we used it here to preview the image. And here, the image that we have defined here. So we'll use it also to preview the image. So the same thing. And here we set the file info, which is the variable that we have here. So we need to give it file selected, and also we need only the file selected, but format and quality and the width, the user will choose them here from the form. Okay. So here, as I told you, we need to set the file info, and same thing like we have done before. So we get the prev, and we can keep the prev values and update only file. So here the file selected. Okay. So don't be confused. So the file info is the variable, but the file selected is a property inside initial image state. Okay, so don't be confused. So we are updating the file selected inside file info. Okay, and we give it the file because the backend. So inside the backend, so we need to send a file, not an image. We have already said that in the view projects. Okay, so the backend needs a file. So here we have base 64 image, so we can preview it, but in the backend we can't store a base 64 image, so we need a file. That's why we have added the file selected here. So now we have the display image, so we need to use it, and to use it, all we need to do here when we call the handle file, so we need to make sure that we have the file, and we call the display image, and we give it the file. Okay, so now the display image will receive the file and send it and read it and send it to the image to preview it. So to preview the image, so we need to add also another component, which is the preview image, like we have done here inside the view project. So let's see what we have done inside preview components. So let's copy this one from here and add another one inside partials here inside our React project. Let's name it preview image.jsx, okay, and add the default structure, and here we can paste, and so here we don't need to do this, we will do that in the home components, and here it's class name. So let's give it the preview area, and here we have the image, so the src, let's give it, so here let's give it image, so it will receive the image that we have already defined inside the home component. So we will send it as prop to our component, so we will receive it here and add it to the src, okay. So let's close also the image tag, and let's now use the image preview inside our home.jsx. So let's add it after the div here, so we can make sure that we have the image, and when we have the image, so we include or we import and use the preview image components. And as we have seen, so we give this image as prop, and that's also save. Let's take a look. So don't forget to import the preview image here. So let's move to our project or to our browser. So let's drag and drop an image and see. So here is our image. So let's drop it here. So as you can see, we have now preview, okay, so we can preview our image. So let's select an image, so let's select this image. So as you can see, we have the preview image and it's working. So only we need to add the CSS for the preview area. Let's go, where is the, so here inside components, preview components, so we have the preview area. Let's copy it and paste it inside our index.css. So let's move down and paste it here. So let's save. Let's take a look. So now I think it's better, as you can see. So let's drag and drop another image. So let's drop it here. So as you can see, now we can preview the image, okay? So now what we need to do, we need to compress the image. So we need to add the button to compress the image, and also we need the function so we can compress selected image, okay?